I think we're live. What's up, party people? This is DC, the brain supreme of tag team. Whoop, there it is. How y'all doing today? Today, I'm here to have a little fun with the homies and just talk and let everybody know what I'm doing, let everybody know what our guests are doing. Just chop it up and have a good time. So if you're ready, without further ado, I'd like to introduce, now this is a trip. These guys skate all over the world. I mean, all over the world. Skate, do tricks, all that. Their game is tight, right? So I'm gonna let them tell you a little bit more because I'm very interested because I was like, who am I talking to? But I don't skate. But all you people out there who skate and who want to skate, ain't never thought about skating, I guarantee after this, you guys will want to skate. So let me introduce my homies, BreakSk8, in the building, doing the damn thing.
What's up?
Yo,
Hey.
What's going on, y'all? How
What's
y'all
up,
doing?
guys?
Oh, you know, just trying to stay warm out here in the Midwest.
I hear you. Where you at?
Indiana.
Okay. All right.
We just got snow dumped on us last night.
Okay. Okay. Do me a favor, man. So everybody can get familiar with you. Introduce yourselves. Starting from the square next to me all the way over.
All right, my name is Jesse Nice with BreakSk8.
All right. What's up, Jesse?
Hey.
Good to meet you, brother.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
All
Good to be here.
Mm-hmm. Next.
Oh. All right, my name is Shannon Anthony in Indiana as well. Leo, you took too long, damn it.
Oh, I could. It was glitching a little bit.
He's in the car with the heat on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, dude.
This guy was up in Chicago.
Hey, y'all got hit, right? Yeah.
I'm in Chicago. My name's
Okay.
Leo Romney, and I'm from Chicago.
All right. What's up, Leo?
What's going on?
Next.
I'm Kyle Kumper. I'm from Michigan.
Kyle, you need to say that a lot more clear. What is your name?
So my name is
All
Kyle.
I heard was Kyle. Say your name, brother. Say your name.
I said my name is Kyle KC in the house.
Casey in the building. All right. Cool.
Hey.
How y'all doing? All right. And last but not least, or least but not last.
This is you, Dana.
I was there. I don't know if you can see me yet. My name is Dana Barnes. I'm from Michigan as well.
Come on, Dana. For real. For real, Dana. I gave you that beautiful introduction. You just, what am I going to eat this evening? Come on now, Dana. Come on, y'all. So, hey.
Put some stank on it.
Hey, put some stank on it. Let everybody know what you guys do. Okay, so you skate. Rollerblades? Regular skates? No. What type of skating?
I knew you were going to ask that, so here's what I did for you. Okay, check this out. I knew you were going to ask, so here's what I did.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You got the skates with no nub on the front. You a skater for real. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Hey, we ain't stopping.
Hey. I worked at DJ the strip clubs all my life, and one of the girls, I took a photo shoot with some girls that had skates on, and she was like, DC, why? They're not really skaters. Nobody's gonna appreciate that picture. And I was like, why? It's like, because they got the bumpers on. I was like, oh, okay. Learn something new every day. I'm trying to tell you. So, so you do the regular roller skates. Do you guys do shows at roller rinks? Do you do exhibitions? Go and put it down. Let everybody know what you guys do.
Anybody can chime in, but I'll just go ahead. We started out in skating rinks. I mean, we were just skating around like normal kids.
Yeah.
But then we got bored, so we started doing like breakdance. We were trying to put breakdance moves in our skates. So we're out there trying to do windmills and head spins and jumping over top of people. And the rinks actually, they said it was too dangerous.
How long has this been?
This has been a long time ago.
This has been the 90s.
90s?
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, we've been doing this for a while now.
Okay.
But once we got kicked out of the skating rinks, we're like, well, what else can we do? So we actually started approaching like high schools and universities to do halftime shows for basketball games. So we kind of got into doing the halftime shows.
Mhm.
And then, funny enough, the rinks that kicked us out was calling us back to teach their kids how to do the moves they kicked us out for. So that's where it started. That's where it
Man,
started.
that's cool. That's crazy, man. Y'all been skating that long? All right. Who's got the echo? Are we good now? All right, there we go.
There we
So y'all
go.
been skating that long. Y'all been skating, so y'all done had hella injuries. Y'all done been through everything. Y'all are veterans at this. You know, what are some of the places you guys have been? I know you've been all over the world, but I mean, like, how do they receive y'all in different places where you wouldn't think that they roller skate, but when you guys show up, it's like, yo.
Dang, who's that?
No, people within their cars.
One of our not so recent trips, but a trip that stands out to me was Qatar.
Mhm.
We actually went to Doha, the capital, for about a week. And at first we didn't know how they would really take that whole style and everything, but oh my gosh, we got stopped everywhere we went. I mean, we were just superstars everywhere because they just loved the hip hop culture, and a lot of them like 80s, 90s American culture they're still stuck on. So like it was really surprising how well received we were out there.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Absolutely. Yeah, the Middle East was the craziest.
The Middle East, so like Israel between Arab and Israel.
Yeah, like
Dubai.
Dubai. Yeah, that's all crazy. But we like that. We like the culture stuff.
Yeah,
we love that.
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
So what does a BreakSk8 show consist of? Like, how long is it? What are some of the things you guys do? Do you guys sing? Do you guys tap? Do you skate tap? What do you do?
Well, I mean, that kind of depends, because over the years we've become such a versatile group that we do everything from like NBA halftime shows. They're only about 5 minutes long, all the way up to a 90-minute like full stage production where you have characters, a storyline, big scene changes and everything. So like it kind of depends on the situation. We kind of do everything from 5-minute, half-hour shows and on up. So
that's amazing.
So kind of pretty well versed in that.
That's amazing because that's pretty much the same thing I do. Like, we've only got one. I've only got one song. Whoop, there it is, right? And it's like, well, can you do an hour, 90 minutes? And I'm like, sure, because I DJ and I've DJed all my life, so I'll DJ for an hour. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I'll DJ for an hour. I took comedy classes, so I can add in more entertainment
good
to the show.
Segues and everything.
Yeah, good segues, perfect segues for stuff that for songs that they've never heard before. They've heard them, but they haven't heard them before. Because all everybody wants to hear is whoop. So you got to distract them till you can get close, and the energy builds as you get closer. So I understand exactly what you guys are saying because the halftime shows are just the easiest. You're out, boom, bim, bop. Take a picture with the cheerleaders, you're gone, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
But those 90-minute shows, they require a little bit of thought, and you can't just waste time. You can't just be talking to the crowd, not saying anything. You have to really,
and especially with our show because it's such a small, tight-knit group of us that we're constantly we're different characters, but it's the same people doing all of those. So like. And you have skates on and full wardrobe, so you're busy. You got tear your skates off, pants, shirt, all your clothes and outfit. Rechange, get your skates back on, and back out on stage in like 40 seconds.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Let me ask you something.
Yeah, we've. One of those things though, you kind of got to innovate, like like you said, you added DJing and comedy into your act to to gain more content. We've kind of done the same things and had small characters that can stay out and segue and
that's how you got to do. Hey, I'll bring a dancing bear out there if I got to. It's going down.
Exactly. Right. Hey, we had unicyclists one time. Yeah, we had guys on unicycles go through.
Yeah. That's how you do it, though. Hey, man, it's all about entertainment, and you just want your crowd to appreciate the effort that you put in. As long as they're entertained, they're not looking at you like you're crazy. Like, come on, y'all, for real. You know, you will get through it, and they'll appreciate it because that's what they came to see. So let me ask you a question. Have you guys ever heard of IEBA?
IEBA, why does that sound familiar?
It's called International Entertainment Buyers Association. You ever heard of that?
Oh, okay.
Is it anything like IAPA and things like that?
IEBA, and then the one for the colleges. So you guys go to those conventions and stuff?
Yeah.
NACA, yeah.
NACA, yeah. You should go to.
Yeah, see, we did a full tour off of just NACA years back, to where we were doing colleges nonstop.
Yeah,
for months.
That's how it works. That's how it works, man.
It is. You got to network. It's a business to where you have a product. You just got to show people what you have, and then they'll buy it. There's people out there that want every type of entertainment.
Exactly.
You just got to put yourself in front of them and let them be seen.
Because that's what I did. I mean, I'm always doing something, right? So I have led other lives while this womb thing has gone on, right? So sometimes I'm doing shows and sometimes I'm not. And I think like maybe 2016, I was like, you know what? I want to start doing shows again. And I started, hitting up every promoter out there, every talent agent. And, it just, you know how that goes. But when I called IEBA and became a member, and I went to their first convention, and it was like 4,000 people there. And I networked my ass off. I had a big giant "Whoop, there it is" t-shirt on. And, my spiel was, my name is DC Glenn. Have you heard of Whoop, there it is? And they were like, yeah, I've heard of Whoop, there it is. It's like, well, we're a clean rap group, right? And once I said that, I had their attention because these are the biggest buyers all over the world. These are your rodeos. These are your state fairs. This is everybody. And when I looked at just seeing y'all's video going on, I was like, man, y'all be perfect in there. Y'all could skate through there and everybody would see, because you guys are like a tribute band basically. And that part of it is big. I'm serious. It's like, I looked at that too. And I was like, there's a Chubby Checker tribute dude. There's a Prince tribute dude. All the rock bands, there's tribute bands. It's like 5 or 6 of them. And they all work their ass off. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you guys, there are so many other avenues to get into. And then you guys could get into, because see, I'm an actor, right? So the strange thing about me being an actor and a voice artist is that everybody on the acting side doesn't know what I do on the music industry side, and everybody in the music industry side doesn't know what I do on the acting side. And now those worlds are colliding. And because those worlds are colliding, it becomes just a big ball of entertainment. So there's so many more opportunities all over the place. So you guys could be in movies, television shows, all kind of stuff, right? And to me, and I'm glad I did this because I see so much potential in what y'all do, because there's not a you out there. There's people who skate. They go to the skating rink every Sunday. Cool. I ain't never seen nobody who be doing it like y'all do it. Y'all got a crew. Y'all putting it down and y'all running it. And there's so many opportunities for you. You just have to think differently, right? It might have been going the same. It might have been going good for you. It's all good, but I guarantee you, when COVID hit, you was like, "Oh shit!"
That always threw it right down the drain. Because look, right down the drain, because most of the things that we do involve sporting events or school systems, whether it be universities, colleges, most halftime shows, everything just went down, and then now we're on lockdown, just like the title says. Artists on lockdown. We go skating. We go skating, of course. But, we'll work on our marketing and things like that. But as far as getting out there and performing, doing what we love, that's all been a halt. There's so much y'all could do. I see so much. I mean, skating is nostalgic. You know what I mean? Skating goes back to the 50s, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's always going to come around again. And there's, people skate every week. Skating rinks is still in business. There's no,
You don't hear a skating rings go out of, maybe now, but you know, only way a skating ring goes out of business if the owner been here since the 70s and passes away and nobody else could take it, right?
That's
so
true.
You know, because I mean, I used to skate when I was a kid, but it's like I see how the culture, you know, is really big. And you know, my advice, you know, what I wish for you guys is that to see y'all in movies and see y'all just in different places, and then all you need is one, and you get that one right thing, and boom, you're out of here. Like, and this is funny because I might even mention this, but I'm not supposed to say anything. But I just did a commercial. I just booked a commercial for one of the biggest companies in the world, and it's coming out in about a week, and it's going to change my life because it's that big, right? And I can see you guys doing the same exact thing, because it's one of those commercials where you don't think about what's happening until it happens, right? So I just see a lot of potential for y'all, and I'm very glad that I was able to kick it with you. And just I mean, I don't have any more questions for you. I'm impressed for real, because I love skating. I watch YouTube videos of skaters. You know what I mean? Like, they have these little YouTube videos of skaters all over the country, and they're doing their line dances and their little tricks and stuff like that. But to see you guys, looks y'all been doing it for a long time, and salute for real.
Thank you. I definitely appreciate that. Definitely appreciate that. It's been a long road, man. It's been a long, crazy road, because we've been doing this for 20 years now, and you know, we're blessed. We get to be on, you know, we've been on 5 or 6 giant TV shows. America's Got Talent. You know, America's Got Talent. We work with Disney a little bit. You know, we've done a lot of overseas television. And I can't speak too much of what we have going on in the future, but we do have something really big in the works that I can't really say nothing about.
Yeah,
like,
man. Them NDAs, boy.
So, but yeah, we're always working. We're always looking for something new, and just like you, we've evolved. We've you know, I'm usually the MC or the host in our show, and I'll bring in comedy acts. I will bring in just funny one-liners, just messing with the crowd. Interaction with the crowd is the biggest thing, because like, if they're happy, the client, and then they want you back. You know, you put up a good product, and you're going to reap the benefits. And that's what we try to do every time we go out there, whether it's a 5-minute show or we're doing a casino in Las Vegas. It don't matter what we're doing. We really want to try to do the best we can. And with all these guys, it's definitely helped, because like, without each one of these people right here, like, we would be nothing. We all bring something. We all bring something to the crew, you know?
Yeah. That's cool, man.
Yeah, this right here is So You Think You Can Dance. You know, this was a fun show we did. We did this up in Chicago, and this was a nice little hit.
Yeah. Yeah.
We break dance, we do flips, gymnastics, all on skates.
Yeah, y'all need to make a whole bunch of them.
Right?
You need to make a whole bunch of them and just get it out to the world, man. I'm telling you, because it's just, you know, I was telling Steve, you know, I'm an aggressive. I'm always on offense. Yeah. And when the pandemic hit, you know, I had to sit down for a second. I had to sit down and say to myself, what the hell are you going to do, right? You know, how are you going to reinvent yourself? Because I've seen this before. You know, I saw it in 2008 and 2009 with the financial crisis. Yep. Where, you know, everything went belly up, and then people lost their jobs and they were pissed off instead of, you know, and I just watched how people lost everything because they couldn't adapt, right? They couldn't.
Yeah, they couldn't figure out what their pivot was.
They couldn't figure out, and if they did figure out, they're like, oh shit, I only know how to do one thing. What am I gonna do? And then they panic, right? And that's why it was so bad. This time, the same thing is happening. You know, it didn't happen to me because, you know, I'm going to DJ. I'm a hustler. I'm going to get some money, period. Right. You know what I mean? So it's not even an issue. I do websites. I do SEO. I do voiceover. I do everything, right? Just because I can do my own marketing. That's really why I did all that all over the years, developing all these tools to have an extensive toolbox So if something comes along, I have a certain art and a craft that I can handle it. I can say, yeah, I can do that for you. Right. That's why I love doing these podcasts, because it's nothing but practice, man. We're practicing. Right.
Exactly.
Like I'm practicing interviewing you. I'm practicing hosting a TV show. I'm practicing. Right. So you got to look at it like that and always stay aggressive. And I said, well, how am I going to make money? And I said, you got to reinvent yourself. You're not going to get no shows, voiceover. And I went back over all my old, I record every class, acting class, voiceover class, anything I'm learning, I record. And it filled in all the holes just like that.
Nice.
Things that I couldn't get before, filled them in, just because sometimes you might hear something 9 times, but it might take that 10th time hearing the same thing over. And you're like, oh, okay, I see what you're saying now. And now I've been booking like crazy. Like that is really, it's turned into just a sustainable way of doing things. I've shot 2 movies during this pandemic. My first movie, right, in the middle of Nebraska. My acting coach called me. He's like, "You willing to travel?" I was like, "Yeah, I got a movie for you." I was like, "Cool." And it was the week. It was the week that George Floyd had got killed. I'm in the middle of a cornfield in Nebraska shooting.
Oh wow!
And I'm so blessed because I'm in the middle of nowhere at night. You can see the stars. It was just peaceful, and everybody's on their phones looking at LA like, "Oh my God, that's around the corner from my house. Oh my God, I live over there." Like it was just crazy.
Damn.
And yeah, and it's just been 2020 has been a very, very good year for me. And it's because of my mindset. I know it is, because I could have been like, woe is me, and laid back and just waited for shows to come back. But that ain't what life is about. You said you said before, this is a journey. This is a long journey. It's taken a long time to get to where you at. But life is a journey, right? So you've done nothing different, right? You've done exactly what you're supposed to do, and you've been successful. But I'm here to tell you, there's so much more for you, right? It's about your mindset. So, I tell you all this to let you know that you can do anything you want. You can achieve anything you want. You can go anywhere you want to go. It's all up to you, and it's up to your mindset, and it's up to how much, it's not like sports analogies or nothing. It's just having a strong mind and a strong will and always staying on offense. And just don't let anything negative get in your way. And that's what I do. Me and Steve been planning this for a long time. I was like, Steve, just tell me when you're ready. He's like, well, I don't know what I want to do. I was like, Steve, just tell me, just give me a date and time, and I got you.
Do that with Steve. You got to do that with Steve.
Yeah. Hey, man, he's fun.
Yeah,
but I like Steve. I met Steve a long time ago. I gave him a card at AIBA, and he called me like 6 months later. like Glenn, and I was like, who's this? And he's like, Steve, and I was like, Steve, wait a minute. And then we really hit it off, and we've just always been kind of plotting and trying to figure out ways we can work together, and that's what networking does for you, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Hell yeah!
Like this is special. You know what I mean? Even though it's just us, this is special because we're sharing ideas. We're communicating. Who would ever thought I would talk to y'all, or y'all would talk to me, right?
I know.
I wouldn't even cross paths, right? But this is cool to me, and I just appreciate y'all, man. I just want y'all to know that.
Oh yeah, well, your music, the type of music you have, like that's been influenced us, because like we don't matter what kind of music it is, if it makes us move and dance and skate, we love it.
Yeah.
And growing up in the skating rink, man, like what you're one of the, I don't know, I would say the premier musicians who made music when I was skating, like as a kid, 12, 13 years old. I heard that. I'm like, what the hell is this? And I'm out there moving and dancing differently than I would to some other music. And then my little brother loved it so much, he wanted to make a dance routine with me. So he was like 10, I was like 13. We're on a basketball court making dance routines. There it is. And I will always remember that. That's been such a great thing. Like, I remember that.
Hey, man, there's always a story.
Always.
My baby's first kids, my baby's first words. I I was having sex with my girlfriend and she yelled that out. I was like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like people tell me stuff like that. I'm just like, you guys are killing me. But you know what? I'm so humble and so grateful because, you know, I had a great childhood. You know what I mean? I grew up in a great community. Got to do everything. We weren't rich, but it was just like we had a community. When you got community, you got friends. If you got friends, everybody's kind of the same. You got bikes, you got skateboards, you got skates, and you just grow up having fun. And that's back when you could be outside, you know, without having to worry about somebody snatch you up. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Now you can't do that. Kids can't do that shit now.
Hey, how did that song come to be? And it's you see it all the time and everywhere, and you're always throughout the week. I'll probably say it once or twice. You know, like it's stuck with me for so long. Like, how did that come about? Like, that's amazing to me.
Hey man, let me tell you something. Whoop There It Is just a song. That's simple.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't.
It is. It is. I'm telling you. You asked me a question, and I'm telling you. Listen what I'm saying though. Whoop There It Is in 92, early 90s. That was like a saying, like, you know, let's get lit or whatever they're saying now, right? So it was just a saying. It just so happened that everybody kind of had the same idea at the same time to write a song about it, right? But my song, or tag team song, me and Steve, our situation was different because I went to school in California and Steve, we were both from Denver. So Steve moved to Atlanta and I went down my senior year and I was like, I'm moving to Atlanta. And I moved to Atlanta and we were down there and we're making hip hop because I'm influenced by New York and LA, right? And I've heard the bass, I heard Shy D and Luke, but we were trying to make hip hop in the Southeast. In the Southeast, you got to make bass, especially back then. And, we came to the realization, we had to talk. I was like, hey man, we're gonna never get out of here unless we make something up tempo, right? And he was like, man, I don't even know how to make the stuff they be doing down here. And I was like, just do it how you would do it. And I said, just think Planet Rock and Egyptian Lover.
Nice.
Those two songs are the essence of hip hop. Can't nobody tell me that Planet Rock is not the beginning of hip hop because that's the number one b-boy song ever. That is a b-boy song. That's not a up-tempo song or a house song or a bass. Planet Rock is when it started. Is when breakdances started. All that started to up-tempo music. It didn't start to MC Shan and breakdancing was over by then. But at the beginning, it was Planet Rock, and then all the everything else came after. Then you had all the electronica music, and I was like, just stay there, stay in that realm, and that's how we made it. And where I DJ'd at Magic City is a strip club, and when we're making money Friday night, having a good time, the club is at its peak. Everybody's yelling, "Whoop, there it is," and it was nothing. And I was just, "Whoop, there it is." I got a stack full of rhyming books, like 10 rhyming books. It was just another song. I wrote that song so long ago. I just wrote it. You get stuff, you write it down, and you just start developing it, right? And I went through my books and I said, what can I put with this beat that Steve just made? And Whoop, There It Is was the one I put with it. It could have been 10 other songs, but it was Whoop, There It Is, right? And the first time I played it, right? You had said something about somebody said, "What the hell is that?" 10 people ran to the DJ booth and said, "What the hell is that? You got it? You got it on cassette?" I was like, "No, man," because we went to the studio that day and I had the rough and came to work, popped the cassette in, played it, and then just all hell broke loose. And I played it for a while, and I stopped playing it because it was just another song to me, right? So then it was like August of 92. Fast forward like January, one of the girls was like, "Why don't you play that record again? Why you stop playing Whoop?" I was like, "I'll play it for you." I didn't think nobody wanted to hear it no more. And same thing happened again. Then I knew I had one, right? And then one of the record company reps was in the audience, and he was like, "Give me that, man. Who is that?" I was like, "That's me." He's like, "Give me that right now." I was like, "Dude." He's like, I'm sending that to New York, right? So then I was like, okay. Gave him one to send to New York. His name was Alan Cole. And then I gave everybody a cassette. And they sent it to Warner Brothers, all the major record labels, Epic, everybody. but they didn't understand what to do with anything based down south. They didn't understand what to do with it. Right. And a lady named Lisa McCall told me to call a guy named Al Bell. He used to own Stax Record, Mavis Staples, Isaac Hayes, Otis Redding, one of the original black record companies in the history of recorded music. And he had Daisy Dukes, the song Daisy Dukes by Deuce, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it went gold, right? So it was like, you need to talk to him because he knows how to work these type of records. I was like, all right, cool, I'll call him. So I called him, told him what I had. Took him about a week to call me back. And I was like, look, man, we got a hit record, dude. You need to do something with this, you know? And he's like, all right, let's do it. I was like, what? I was like, you ain't even heard the record. He's like, brother, I don't got to hear the record. I hear it in your spirit. And, you know, that's been my life because I keep pushing and I'm aggressive. I'm positive. You know, I try to be motivational to people. I try to spit game to people and just educate people how I wish somebody had educated me with just their experience. Like I wish all these young cats that want to get in the industry, put me in the game, DC. How can I sell a million records like you? I was like, you serious? Like, yeah. I was like, I'm gonna send you a book and a link. And when you read that book, hit me back and we'll talk. And nobody ever does it. And that is my gift to everybody is that I'm trying to put you on game. It's a book on music publishing because that's how everybody gets screwed over in the music industry. Music publishing.
Is the publishing rights.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's the publishing rights, right? And it's not even necessarily that you gave all the publishing rights away. You gave the permission for them to administer the publishing rights. So how the records companies get slick is they say, well, hey, you know, you had all them hotels and all them limos and all that stuff. You know, you owe the record company money. So until you pay off that debt, we keep all the publishing. It's like,
it's all the fine print.
All the fine print, right? Mm-hmm. And, you know, so we get the record deal, sign a bad record contract, but I didn't give a damn because I'm a rock star now, right? And I left Magic City, DJing Freaknik in 1993, and a month and a half later, I was platinum. 20-something-year-old kid.
Wow.
So
that's awesome.
And I really have never looked back. You know what I mean? We've gone through hell. You know what I'm saying? Like we had two record companies fighting over us for like 15 years. Yeah, man, I've been in law. You know, it's been brutal. But you know, I still get to go do show. I still get to go be a kid again whenever I want. And the song has allowed me to not have to work too much, not have to worry about too much, right? And you know, it's just a blessing. But you know, the biggest part I like is just I love rocking the crowd. I'm an old school DJ, so I started like in 1982. So I'm from the beginning. I understand what I'm doing. I understand what this industry is. I understand what all these young cats are doing, right? And I'm not mad at them. Can't be mad at young people for being young. You can't. That's the one way you will hamper your growth by being pissed off that you're not young. You might as well say, I'm pissed off because I don't have a time machine. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm pissed off because I can't find the fountain of youth. As long as you're breathing, it ain't over. And there, you can do anything you want to do. And you got something young folks don't have. We got experience. Right?
Yep.
Experience. We know what not to do. We burned ourselves on the stove so many times. We know what not to do.
Yep.
And they burn themselves. Yeah, they burn themselves on the oven. They burn themselves on the top, the bottom. They burn themselves with hot water. Let them do it. But understand what they're doing. Put it in your toolbox. So if you need to go there, you can go there. So, you know, Whoop There It Is was a ball. I had a ball. I still have a ball. And you know, I'm blessed, man. That's all I can say is I'm blessed. I'm thankful. I'm grateful. And it's all good.
Yeah, a good friend of mine, DJ Magic Mike, told me, man, I put out all these songs, and all it took was drop the bass for him to go from here to here. To there. Yeah. And he just rides that wave. Like, he don't have to put out another banger as long as he lives because he's got the bass.
Yeah, he's got to drop that bass. And then it's is gonna give him a check every quarter. You know what I'm saying? Every quarter, no matter what, because it's still played in mix shows, it's still played all over the place. You know, that's the beauty of a hit record. That, you know, and everybody, you know, they were like, so you hate when people call you one hit? You know, why do you hate when people call you one hit wonder? I'm like, hell no, I don't care what you call me, because it's 27 years later, and I'm still doing stadiums. I'm still doing arenas.
That's
right?
like
and if
that's
it was
like
just
asking
that
Mike
one
Tyson.
hit that got you there, like, so be it.
It's like asking Mike Tyson if he's mad that he knocks people out in the first round. Like, nah.
Nah, man. So, you know, I've had a real good run, and you know, it didn't. And then, you know, I couldn't be a DJ. I didn't want to be a 50-year-old DJ. So I stopped DJing about 6 years ago. No, 5 years ago. And I think I was like 47. And you know, I was scared because I DJed all my life. You know what I'm saying? But I knew I had to do something else. And that's when voiceover kicked in. And then acting. Acting was an accident. You know, you always think you can act, right? You always say, I want to be an actor. But when you get an opportunity to do it and they tell you what you got to do, and I fell in love with it. And now, I mean, I train hard, and, you know, I'm on the precipice of being a great working actor. I'm not trying to be a star. I just want to be a working actor, right? It's a difference. And then I've started educating myself again. I had to, you know, I've always been creative. I always could still do music, but now the technology has to catch up to the creativity. So I've got a tutor who's teaching me, you know, all the DAWs, teaching me all the drum machines, teaching me everything I need to know so I can start making music again, because now I'm in the world of entertainment. So now I can make a song and not have to put it out, but I can submit it to an ad agency. I can submit it to a movie company. I can submit it to film and television, right? There's so many different places that I can submit it, that because of who I am and because I do act and I'm in the entertainment industry, I get taken seriously, and I got a hell of an agent. And we've created a whole new paradigm on a one size fits all for my flow, right? And it's worked. And it, you know, as soon as I get off with this, I'm about to go back to studying. I was studying before. I was building a website before. Like, I'm doing 10 things at a time. But I love doing it, though, because you stay busy and you just don't have time to realize how jacked up the world is. So it's all good, man. It's all good. Y'all got any more questions? Hello?
Nah, thank you for your time. No, this has been awesome.
Yeah, man.
I grew up listening to all y'all's music. Like, and to call you guys a one-hit wonder would be ignorant. You gotta. But I don't mind though. Nah, I don't mind. Like I love doing interviews about that, because it's like, I mean, it just seems, you know, the one thing it hampers is that if you know, Salt and Pepper got a catalog, you know what I mean? But pretty much all the people we tour with don't really have a catalog. You know, they got songs that other people kind of know, but Salt and Pepper are really the ones that got a serious deep. Them, Naughty by Nature's got a deep catalog. Yeah, they could go, you know, but Salt and Pepper got a lot of hits. They got a string of hits. Tone Loc got about 3. You know, it gets to be about, the average is 2. Yeah. Then you get 3, and then you get in Salt and Pepper range is like 5, right? But or Hammer's got a bunch of them. So between Hammer and Salt and Pepper, but yeah, you know, it's a trip being on the road with all of them, because we all came up together, you know. And it's like we haven't seen each other in so long. It's like it's just a good reminisce of what we did 20-something years ago, and now we're back doing the same thing again. Just because, you know, we can. It's all good.
So like, you guys all have like a specific like genre of music, like how was it like back in the day then? Like, did everybody like kind of like get along, or like, you know what I mean? Like, how was like, like the atmosphere?
So for me, working at the club, working at Magic City, I knew everybody, because Magic City was like an 8th wonder of the world. Like, it's one of the first black strip clubs that got, you know, worldwide recognition. And I was the head DJ. So anytime anybody would come to Atlanta, they would come to Magic City. So I knew everybody, took pictures with everybody. Everybody knew me. And I watched everybody. And I watch 70% of the artists be assholes, right? And I vowed that I'd never do that. I vowed I will never act like that. I will I will never act like that because I watch them rise and I watch them fall. And the fall is way slower than the rise, right? The rise is just out of the box, and then the fall is just slow and painful, and you just watch it. And they get to the point where they the only way they can get a girl is to say, "You know who I am," and they, that I learned what not to do. Never go to a girl and say, "Do you know who I am?" Like that is the worst line you could ever say to a woman. For real, unless you're Michael Jackson, you know what I mean, or somebody on that level, right? In a disguise.
Well, chances are, if you got to ask, you ain't nobody,
right? But it's not even really about that. But it's the fact that you have to put yourself out there like that just to get attention, man. And that's what this whole society is now, man. So it's like I saw that back in the day. I was like, I don't want no part of that. And I was the same before I left, and the same. I've always been the same dude. Always.
It's like in the breaking world. You go out to a club and you hear, we get a group of guys together. We'll do our thing. We'll cipher, and then you hear the one guy who does one or two moves trying to talk to a girl, and as soon as he says, "I'm a breakdancer," it's automatically that's not a term that we use in the breaking world. I can go up to the girl and go, "Hey, don't even."
Because they feel entitled. They feel entitled. They feel like they need recognition. Like that's just how they feel. They think because they're they're talented, they're just entitled. They don't have to be humble.
Hey Dana, why you so quiet?
I'm just listening. I'm always quiet.
Oh, okay. All right. Hey, you just show up and show out, right?
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
So wait, let me ask you this: like back in the day, were you a b-boy yourself?
Thank you.
I know you got moves, man, but like, were you doing head spins and all that?
Let me tell you something. It was 1983, and that's when Pac-Man was out. That's when all the Pac-Man, Soul Sonic Force, all that stuff was dropping. Clear, Al Nafish. Okay. And I was a breakdancer, and I didn't know how to breakdance, but I didn't give a damn because I wanted to be a breakdancer. So my spins were 1.5 cycles. If I tried to get on my head, it just looked like I was trying to spin on my head. Like it was awful, but I didn't care because it was culture, and I wanted to learn how to do that, and I did the best I could, man. And and I was a fat kid, so it was like it just was really fun. You just laugh at me. But I didn't care because it was like, everybody when I was young always kind of laughed at me. Like when I started DJing, people laughed. Everything I've ever done, people laughed. Is like, yeah, whatever. But it's like the beauty of life is that ain't nobody tell you what you can't do. And then when you do it, you're blessed enough. And I've been blessed enough that I see those same people and they gotta look me in the face. And we don't even have to say anything. I'm just as nice to them. I don't even have to say anything, but I can see them I can see them going through my head like, damn, I did him dirty. I used to laugh at him.
Yeah, they already know.
Yep.
Man, oh my God, I can't. And it's like, it's okay. Hey man, we were kids. That's what kids do, right?
And
that's
the beauty
what kids do.
Between your albums, being on TV, they have to see you way more than you have to see them.
Yeah. Facts. I can speak from experience.
Yeah, man.
I got bullied too when I was younger. People make fun of me all the time.
Yeah, a lot of us.
And then after
stating.
That, and then after that, they see you doing big things, and they're like, "Oh, wow. Hey, homie, what's up, bro? What's good, bro? Not much, man. Chilling, dude. Doing my thing. You're not rubbing anything in their face, dude, because you're
man. Check this out. Hey, the crazy part is like for us, it really don't stop because like how many grown ass men skate around together all over the world? Like,
hey man,
you're a grown ass roller skater. You got to prove yourself.
You guys are special. Yeah, definitely.
Always.
There's some dudes out there that's 70 years old that will give y'all a run for your money. For real.
Yeah.
And you know that. You know what I mean? That's like, there's people out there that really that have been skating so long that their body is just, it's just an extension of a skate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And those are the cats that that's what makes people like roller skating. Because you see people doing that shit so flawless It's like, wow, I wish I could do that. And
you want to be a part of it.
You want to be a part of it. I'm telling you, man. Everybody wish they could roller skate.
Everybody can kind of connect to roller skating some point. Either it was their first kiss, it was the first time they held hands with a girl. Skate, you know, like everybody. Skating's been a part of everybody's life at some point, even if it's a little bit. So to bring that back, people really enjoy us bringing that to their front doorstep. Like they love enjoying watching us skate, and it makes them want to go skating. You know, where we go, they start skating after we leave. They'll send us videos and messages like, "Hey, I took the family skating." You know, so it's really good to see that.
That's why I love doing shows, because to see the joy that I bring people, you know, to see the joy the tag team brings people.
That's it.
And then after every show, I go back to the hotel, and because I'm a computer guy, so I go through all the socials, I go through everything and download all the stuff that happened at the concert. And I've got content forever now. Like there's always 15, 20 different things. People, you know, video, you know, people shot their phones or people took pictures. And some of that stuff is really good. You're like, wow, I could use that. And it's just crazy.
Yeah.
And you know, it's just amazing how when I say party people, the explosion of energy that comes back at me is just the most invigorating feeling. And that's why I love still doing shows, just for that one part of the show right there. It's just incredible.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
It's crazy because I wasn't even gonna put party people in there. Steve made me put it in there. I was like, man, I don't like that thing, man. He's like, man, you crazy, man. Just do it, man. Just do it. I was like, nah, man. We argued about that for about 30 minutes, man. I was like, all right, man. And if I'm glad I was wrong. And I don't mind I love being wrong now, because it's just a path. It's a quicker path to righteousness, right? So I don't get mad when I get wrong, or I'm not trying to win arguments. I never do that anymore. I just let people talk, soak it in. And, you know, I had to learn that going through all this learning, because, you know, I'm learning to make beats and all that stuff again. But it's like my only intellect of that is what I did 20 years ago. It's not the same at all, right? And
yeah, it's a totally different world.
I had to humble myself, and I had to say, damn, I thought I knew that. And I know the kind of base of it, but it's totally different now. So I got to learn it, and it's been brutal, but I know in the end that I'm a better rapper now. I'm a better entertainer than I've ever been in my life. And I stay in shape. I go to the gym every day. I keep it simple. And I just want to be around because I got stuff to do, you know? So that's why, I stay masked up, strapped up, Lysol up, alcohol up. I'm not trying to catch this thing. Who caught COVID?
I have.
I did.
I'm pretty sure I did as well.
To be honest with you, look, it's not even as bad as you think it is. It's
not, but
like the first 3 days was it was horrible. It was body aches, fever, like you know, no appetite. But after those 3 days, I was fine. I just had loss of taste and smell.
Yeah, but
I don't want it again, but
yeah. See, my mom had it. My mom had it. She has Alzheimer's, and then we couldn't even get to her because she's in a facility. So that sucked.
Oh, right.
And then I've had about 15 people pass on it, right? And just because I've known a lot of people in my life, and then you come back like, dude, I used to DJ with, girl I used to mess with, girl was trying to come over my house and play with me, and I was like, nah. And she was like, come on, man, I'll call you. And she called me the next day. It was like, I got COVID. My boyfriend gave me COVID. Then her boyfriend died. Found out it just was a mess, man. It's like, I've been, I knew, Tiny Lister. That was a good friend of mine. He just passed. But I gotta believe that a lot of people, it's an unpredictable disease, but I've got to believe that a lot of people succumb to it because they wait till the last minute. They think they can beat it, and they just don't have, they can't get to the hospital in time, or don't have good health insurance, or don't, it's got to be something. But then some people, I've heard people's like, I was good, and then I was done. You know what I mean? And then they almost put me on a respirator, but then it was like they didn't. Man, I don't know how that happened. So it's like it's just so unpredictable and people don't know. But I'm glad y'all all right. You know, you guys know what to do. Just drink a lot of. I mean, it can only help you to do the things that you've always done your whole life when it hits.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You know, drink a lot of water, take care of yourself. Do them old remedies, Vicks on the chest, all that crap, whatever.
Yeah,
hot toddies, everything. Anything you throw in the kitchen sink at it, right? You do that.
My dad actually caught it, and he was told that he might be disqualified for life insurance now.
What?
Because he had COVID.
Man. And
I got so much, like, I wake up every morning, I keep seeing these little things laying around my apartment. I think they're panties, but it comes to find out they're just masks. I get disappointed all over again.
Yeah. You tripping.
Wow.
You tripping. Hey man, I just ordered some black masks. I love them things. Black N95s, like they get real smart with it. I would have done that at the beginning. It's like you could have made all kind of masks, just N95 masks, but you know, people wasn't prepared. And see, that's the whole point of preparation.
Pretty soon they'll be airbrushed.
Yeah.
Dude, people are getting wild with it. They're getting wild with it. They're getting masks, Louis Vuitton, and all this.
Yeah, but you got the girl that I shot my first movie with had a Louis Vuitton mask, because you know when you do movies, man, they test you like 5-6 times, man. But it's cool because they got what's called a COVID concierge, and now they come to your house, test you up, and get the hell on. And it's like, wow.
Oh, that's cool.
That, like people is flourishing, like especially like just doctors and nurses. They are flourishing just running around giving people COVID tests. They charge like $100 a pop, and you get them cheap. You know what I mean? So it's like you do 30 a day. Shit.
Yeah, do the math.
You do the math. You know what I mean? And then it's like you re-up, and then there's going to be more tests. But it's like in Atlanta, this is like the new Hollywood. So all the Marvel movies are shot down here. Everything is shot down here.
Yep.
Right? And the dude told me, he said he don't sleep because he's always, he's either giving COVID tests or he is the medic on, TV shows or on set. So it's like, that part of it, man, I love acting. I swear. I love it like I loved DJing and rapping at the beginning in the late 80s, early 90s.
I had to link you up. My friend Jeremy Paco lives up there. He was Andy on The Walking Dead.
Okay.
He's up.
Yeah, man. Everybody's down here, man. Or they're not down here. They live around here, live in close states, so they can get down here. Everybody's moving from LA here. I mean, it's just it's a melting pot, man. That's why, and I've been here since '89. First thing I did when we dropped the U-Haul truck off was go to the movies and see Spike Lee do the right thing. That's when I got to Atlanta. So it's cool to have those little historical, landmarks when things happen to you, It's crazy. Like we released Whoop There It Is in the blizzard of 93. We released Whoop There It Is in one store. We pressed up like 500 ourselves and put it in a store on a Thursday. It sold out by Tuesday, and it was the blizzard of 93. It was like 10 inches of snow and shut down the city. Like that is historical. Stuff like that, man. It's just like, wow. That's how you can kind of, you don't lose your memory too bad because you just place yourself in dates that things happen. So
yeah, for sure. One, it's crazy that like you knew where to go, like decades before it turned into the melting pot it is. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you kept your feet stuck down in there and wrote it out. And
made roots. Yeah, like Bobby Brown. I got here when Bobby Brown got here. L.A. Reid, Babyface. And then everybody started coming down here. Too Short moved down here. Too Short moved from Oakland maybe a year after I was down here. I knew Too Short back in the Bay because I went to school at Sac State, so I was always back in the Bay. So I mean, one of my best friends is In Too Deep. Johnny Z produced In Too Deep. Back to the Hotel. Remember that one? Yeah. That's my boy. I went to college with him. Actually, I taught him how to DJ. Because he introduced me to hard metal, heavy metal, and I taught him how to DJ. And then our sophomore year, he got a 4-track for Christmas, and he didn't know what to do with it. And I was like, let me use it. And I learned how to make songs. My boy had an 808, but he wouldn't let me use it. So I was like, well, let me bring my 4-track over there and I'll record some beats. And I recorded like 10 beats, and that's what started me making songs. And then once I taught Z, once I started making songs and send them to Steve and Z, they were like, oh shit, we got to start making songs. And then we all would just make songs. It was like mixtape battles back then. Steve makes some, I make some, and we just kept making them. Then when I come to Denver home for Christmas or home for the summer, we'd be in the studio all the time just making songs. So it's like we've always been doing this. That's the part I used to love, man. It's like the fact that I was at the beginning of the 4-track and had one and had to figure it out and did it and then made songs, and everybody was like, how the hell did you do that? It's just, and that's how it started. I mean, I was using pots and pans, little kid flutes, everything. Whatever I could make to make stuff dope. That's what I was using. If I had to run the water and then reverse it, whatever. Anything I could do, I would do it. So that has never left, right? But technology has changed. So now it's basically I got a brand new 4-track and I got to figure out how to use it.
Right. Yeah. Well, yeah, and that sound is kind of apparent in Whoop There It Is, like, because you got pieces of like Miami bass, and then you have like samples from Kano, from 10 years prior to that,
Because it really started with Kraftwerk. You know what I mean? Kraftwerk, come on, numbers and all that. But then that's the Kano era. But that was that bridge between house and b-boy, right? So you had them, but that was electronic music. So it was different forms of that music back in the day. But Planet Rock ended up being b-boy. Kano ended up being more electronica. Then you had like Orbit. You had all these records, man. Because that's what I did. I said, you know what? Until the end of time, people are gonna party. Period. Yeah. There's gonna be celebrations to the end of time because good shit happens, right? So what I did is I went and I found every record going back to like the 70s that was up tempo, and then just took the essence of each record and just made loops with them, just so I can hear the best parts of the songs. Like, you don't really want to listen to the whole song, but you love the breakdown in Planet Rock. You love there's certain parts of records you love, and you just make a loop on them, and then you can write to that, and you have the essence of that culture, but you still that culture is universal. Because think about it, everything, the biggest hit records are always up tempo. Flow Rider, Pitbull, Britney Spears, Mars. Bruno Mars, Black Eyed Peas, right? And I would have been there, but we were in a lawsuit, and I was not gonna make music. And then they just messed with me again. Nah, I was like, I gotta be free before I even think about it. But then you just get older and you grow out of it, and that's what happened, man. But now now I'm a different person. I'm pressing. I have a love for life that is just, I've never experienced it in my life, because this is now, right? What are you gonna do now? You can't. I was on a call with DJs about 2 weeks ago, about 20 DJs, and they were all like, "Man, DC, why we gotta listen to these kids hip hop? What are we gonna do? Why can't we go back to the old school?" And that question pissed me off so bad. I was like, and they were all, they were just looking, they were laying down. Some were just looking at TV. I was like, man, first of all, and this is where you cannot hate on young people for being young, because we was young and people was hating on us. And it felt good when old folks was hating on you, because you got under their skin, right? You're doing something to make it noise. And you just, because you was young, you know what I mean? It happens every generation, no matter what, it happens, and you can't hate on them for that. And I was like, you're not going to be able to go back to the old school. You can't do it. But I said, it's about now. What you going to do now? And they're like, well, there's not a lot of DJ gigs no more. I was like, there's not going to be a lot of DJ gigs no more. Y'all better figure something out. And then I started preaching. And by the end, that Zoom call, everybody was in it like this. Really? Okay. Taking notes, everything. And I was like, look, y'all can find me. Just type in DC Glenn, and it'll take you wherever you need to find me. Leave me a message, and I'll help you. If you got questions, and that goes for everybody. You got questions? Hit me on Instagram, DC Glenn ATL. I'll answer it because we all got to help each other. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I wish I had somebody to put me on game. Like I've got experiences to tell these young cats or anybody who wants to learn, what I know. And that's, this year has been the start of my motivational speaking career, right? So that's why I'm sucking up every single podcast, interview, whatever that I got to do, because you got to get good at this, because this right here is the future, right? I'm not trying to perform or nothing like that on camera, because that would just kill me, because it's like I need a crowd, and that's one thing I just can't do without, right? But if the money's right, but the money ain't gonna never be right. Ain't nobody about to pay for tag team to sing Whoop There It Is, a whole bunch of what we want, right? So, and then it's just not gonna be the same. And I'm not expecting it to be the same. And for people to try to make it the same, I understand, and I'm not knocking it, but it's like, until it happens, I've got a tool for it and it can happen, but until it happens, I'm not really spending a lot of time on that. I'm spending time about to go in here and start working on this website again. So, I have breakthroughs every day. I just try to be a better man than I was the day before. And if you can be a better person than the day before, you're growing. You know what I mean? Even if it's in small increments, right? So, I gotta go. I wish y'all the best of luck. Like I said, hit me online. DC Glenn ATL is my Instagram, and I got you. Right? I got you.
Much love.
All right. Thanks so much for your time.
Hell yeah. Thanks
thank you so much.
Cool. I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.
See you.
Peace out.
Later, man.
Mm-hmm.